Hi guys, and welcome back to another guide. If you're watching this, you're here to learn a basic rotation about the Moon King Druid. Remember that as I do in all my videos, I take into account the fact that you have at least the 2 set or the 4 set bonus from the Hellfire Citadel tier. Let's see what this thing is doing. Okay, the 2 set says that your moonfire and sunfire abilities have a chance to summon a dragon that will fight for you for the next 30 seconds. And the 2 set bonuses says that says that when your dragon is summoned, your arcane and nature damage is increased by 6% for 30 seconds. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking of when they made this set bonus, but okay. I mean, you have some period of time that you can be overpowered. Okay, talents. At level 15, either Wild Charge or Displacer Beast. At level 30, it says Gift or Renewal. At 45, whatever you like. At 60, I go with Incarnation of Chosen of a Loon, and I will tell you why in a minute. At 75, again, Ursul's Vortex. I don't know what to tell you either. They're pretty much the same. At level 90, again, whatever you feel like. I don't know. If you are in a team that your tank is dying or there is too little healing, you can take Heart of the Wild. Otherwise, I don't know. Dream of Scenarios, Nature's Vigil. Go with Nature's Vigil. And level 100, go with Euphoria. So, if you don't know anything about the Moon King, this dude has this bar. And this thing is actually like a pendulum. It goes, when you start, goes to lunar, then it goes all the way to solar. Then this thing happens a lot. With the talent Euphoria, the thing that we managed to do is the fact that we shorten the time that it takes for the pendulum to go from 0 to lunar and from lunar to solar. That's all there is. That's why we chose this talent. I have to tell you an important spell, which is the Astral Communion. And this thing makes your commune with the sun and the moon, accelerating your balance energy cycle by 300% for 4 seconds. That means that increases the speed of your, let's say, the marker that goes from lunar to solar. So while you are in lunar, you can actually, let me show you. I'm in lunar. If I cast this, it goes quicker to lunar and then back to solar. That's all. That's all there is to this one. It is a pretty amazing spell if you know how to use it. While we are at the peak of either lunar or solar, you will see it now again. We will get the solar or lunar peak, which increases the damage of our sunfire or moonfire by 100%. Okay, pretty easy stuff. You get from the where is it? No, there is a talent that you get that while you are in 100% either lunar or solar, you get the the cast time of you are inspired by the power of moon and the sun, causing the damage of your lunar and solar spells to be increased by 30% based on how close your balance energy level is to the appropriate side. So the closer we are to 100 of lunar, the harder the starfire hits, and the same goes with solar. Okay, so how's this thing plays? We start with our dots. Okay. Oh, I forget something really important. I have created a macro which has in it the Incarnation Chosen of a Loon. Okay. Celestial Alignment, your biggest hitting cooldown. And since I am a troll, I use the Berserkering ability, which is the same on a 3-minute cooldown. So this is one big button that pops all your cooldowns, and you can go really deep on that boss. I mean, this is during I don't know, you can use it at the beginning of the fight or during the ring phase, then go again at the Bloodlust, which is near the end of the boss. Yeah. A single fight actually lasts between 6 to 8 minutes, so you can probably fit in at least 2 times your biggest hitting cooldown. So, how is this in place? Okay, let's say that we start with the single target boss. During this time, we are hitting with Starfire, and when we change to Solar, we actually going with the Wrath. Now, on a single target basis, okay. Your star sets, when you cast it, gives you, when you're lunar, the damage of your next Starfire is increased by 30%. And remember, the closest we are to the peak, we get another 30%. The same goes here. The damage of your next Wrath is increased by 30%. Now, I will show you the cooldown. I have made the big cooldown and why I only use it while I am in Solar. Remember that while we are near the peak, we get the most benefit out of the what's it called? Out of the Starfire or the Wrath ability. So because we got 15 seconds before this thing goes back down. This is actually a period when we are going to hit the boss as many times as we can. And since Wrath has a shorter cast time than Starfire, and the Star Surge buff gives you 3 stacks of the Wrath buff, so that means that your next 3 Wraths will get at least 30% more damage from the buff. And since you are at 100% solar, this means that you get another 30% increased damage. So this thing needs to be casted at 100 exactly. And I can fit 2 Star Surges during this time, meaning that I will have 6 Wraths at increased 60% damage. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. This is all there is to the single target. So yeah, you have to take really into account the fact that you're doing the pendulum thing. There is some add-ons that you can get this bar here and you can manage it really easy and see where this is going. So as for the multi-target, and by the way, I have to tell you that during the beginning of Warriors of Draenor, the Moon King was amazing. This is actually why I chose to start leveling a Moon King. Remember now that your Starfall, actually in order to cast Starfall you have to at least start dotting the targets. You must have either Sunfire or Moonfire on the target in order to get the effect of the Starfall. At the beginning of WoD you didn't have to do that, but they actually changed it in a later patch. So, in a multi-target environment, what we're doing, I would like to tell you that the Sunfire actually spreads around. The closer the targets are, the easier it is to spread around with Starfire. Moonfire is doing doing the dot, yes, but it also stacks on one target. And I'll show you in a second. Okay, let's go quickly to okay. Did you see that? This dude get it. This dude get it. This didn't happen with the Starfire. With a Starfire. Okay, so let's say that you've got all your targets there and you are dotting them. Then you start doing the Starfall thing. So Starfall has a 7 seconds duration, and you can actually refill it. During this time, if you're on lunar, you can actually cast what's called the Starfire ability. If you're on solar, spam the Sunfire, so it gets 12 targets, and then keep that thing going. Keep the buffs up. Do the Starfall. When you are near the peak, do the Moonfire if it's possible, and fit the dots in there. That means playing around with them. This is actually how multi-dotting works for the Moon King Druid. It's really easy. It's a pretty fun spec to play, but I would like to tell you that if you have to understand the pendulum balance thing that's got behind. If you get that one right, then the balanced druid is really easy to master. Quick mention that this thing will actually change in Legion. They're removing this pendulum thing. They're going with a more steady build. How does it called? How's it called? It's called star power, something like that. Yeah, and I don't know. I read it I saw it in a video, which is really going back to a style that the druid had during the Burning Crusade, I think. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. This is for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it and I gave justice to the Moonkin. It's a pretty fun spec to play, I will tell you that, but the fun begins when you master the pendulum thing, the pendulum bar. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.